I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business on the Biz Talk Radio Network and coast to coast, by the way. I do want to mention, I've been mentioning this, promoting it often because I'm very excited about it. Biz Talk Radio has an awesome app where you can download all kinds of programs, not just mine, but some of the other great shows that are exclusively on the Biz Talk Radio Network. So check it out. Go to wherever you get your apps. Look up Biz Talk Radio and enjoy that. Becky Young, she's been on my show before, and I'm really excited about having her on the program again. She's from the Houston area. Hammond Young Immigration Law is her firm, and that is hyimmigration.com. We're going to talk about the administration's decision to rescind the entrepreneurial parole provision, which, again, goes back into the whole immigration debate. I would say immigration is job one for this administration, like its positions or not. Wouldn't you agree, Becky?
I would agree, absolutely. And by the way, Kevin, I should clarify that we're actually located in Washington, D.C., so we're really at the heart of all of this controversy over immigration that's been going on for the past months.
Very good. Thank you for that correction. Very, very good. And I don't know where I got that confusion, but frankly, I have a hard time remembering my kid's name sometimes. So it's all good. Thank you very much. So talk a little bit, give us a little bit of background on this particular issue.
Sure. So this was a long-awaited provision to help foreign entrepreneurs start up businesses in the United States. And it was created to fill a gap. There really aren't a lot of great options under current immigration laws for people who come to the U.S. with wonderful ideas who want to start up new businesses here. And so the Obama administration had been working on this for some time, and they finally put it into place on January 17th, 2017, so right at the very end, and it was supposed to take effect on July 17th.
Mm-hmm. And the kind of give us an overview of the highlights of what this does.
Sure. So the provision is for foreign entrepreneurs, and it requires an investment of either $250,000 from basically angel investors or $100,000 in government funding. And if you don't have either of those two, there are some alternative criteria that you can meet. And there are a variety of other requirements, but those are really the key ones, is the amount of funding. And the duration is 30 months, and then you can extend it for 30 months. So it's quite long compared to some other options.
So it's interesting. So because when you hear I hate to say it may be too strong. We'll just say polemics about immigration. We're always hearing about slackers and underclass and that type of thing. Clearly, that's not the case here. We're talking about people that I think is exactly what we've always been in pursuit of a nation, is the best and the brightest who are looking for freedom and looking for the opportunity to be able to pursue that and bring the money that actually benefits everyone. To me, it's kind of bizarre, Becky.
It is kind of bizarre, and not only are these people bringing money, but they're bringing ideas, and they're infusing us with new business ideas that are really critical in the global economy. I think the fact that companies like AOL and also the National Venture Capital Association are upset about what's happening this week, which is that it's been rescinded. It shows us. That it's not popular with the business communities rescinding it. They estimated that these entrepreneurial parole recipients would create somewhere between 500,000 and 1.5 million jobs over the next decade.
Wow. Say that again. Say that one more time.
Yeah, they estimated that the people who received this parole would create between 500,000 and 1.5 million jobs for U.S. workers over the next decade.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I wonder if the Trump administration looks at this favorably, because it's almost like low-hanging fruit. Because you and I both know all the problems he's had with other executive orders as far as immigration goes. He's only had the partial implementation of one after reissuing it several times, and enormous frustration, obviously, for him. This is kind of low-hanging fruit. I mean, this isn't something that it sounds like something that he can do without much, judicial branch consequence. What do you think?
Well,
is that possibly why it was attractive?
Yeah, I think that is, in terms of how easy it was to rescind it, I agree. It was definitely low-hanging fruit. It was also, passed in the waning days of the Obama administration, so it was sort of a symbolic move to make it go away. But at the same time, Trump ran on a pro-business platform. He had the support of many of these technology businesses, which he has now disappointed, to say the least, by rescinding the parole provision.
Yeah, no question about it. And what's interesting about this is that, for the listener out there who thinks that these people are stealing so much opportunity from Americans, first of all, they're bringing hundreds of thousands of dollars with them, and they're bringing ideas with them. And in many cases, if you look at American capabilities, American public capabilities, when it comes to the science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM as they call it, we're in pretty dire straits. We can use that fresh blood, if you will.
Well, we can absolutely use it, and of course what happens when we rescind something like entrepreneurial parole is those foreign nationals who have those cutting-edge ideas and the gumption to actually, start a business with them are going elsewhere. So the Canadians are benefiting immensely from this. I know immigration lawyers who work in Canada who actually have had an influx of business because these folks, a lot of them are going to Canada, a lot of them are going to Europe. You might have seen a video with the French President Emmanuel Macron where he issued an open-ended invitation to American researchers and scientists to come to France where they would be welcome. So, we're really losing out with an action like this.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable. By the way, again, talking to Becky Young, her website, hyimmigration.com. She's an immigration attorney from D.C. So what do you see? How do you see this happening? Is the administration, do you think, hard in their plant against it, or is it something they're seriously looking at and maybe having flexibility? To me, I hear demagoguery is frankly what I hear. And it's just a way for them to just say hard, firm no on something that's immigration related. That's an easy 10-second soundbite if they choose to run for re-election, which I'm not sure if that's even going to happen, basically, and how miserable his first 6 months has been. What do you think?
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, I do think that, they actually, I do expect that this provision will be, dead in the water. I don't think it's going to happen. And in fact, after they announced the rescission of this provision, there were later news articles this week suggesting that they want to cut legal immigration by 50%. So that's a topic for another day, but, it's just further action along the same path and, in my opinion, not action that benefits American business in any way.
So, Becky, I'm assuming your business is probably pretty busy these days.
We have, yes, absolutely. It's been a pretty crazy 6 months for us and for our sister law firm. We have a sister law firm called Grossman Law in Bethesda, Maryland, and they work with the undocumented and, people crossing the border. So they've been seriously impacted, but our business clients have definitely been calling us a lot more than ever before because there's a lot of uncertainty and they have a lot of questions about what's happening and how it's all going to play out.
Got about 30 seconds left, almost a minute actually. Final thoughts as we wrap up this segment, Becky?
I guess my final thought is that, we're going to have to, just bear with this for the next 3.5 years, and I certainly hope that it will only be that long. I think that American business deserves better.
Thanks so much, Becky Young. She is with the immigration law firm in Washington, D.C., an immigration law firm in Washington, D.C. Her website, hyimmigration.com. The firm is, again, Hammond Young Immigration Law, LLC. Becky, thanks so much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. And again, keep up the good work in helping people pursue the American dream, this melting pot, this people from around the world. One of the reasons, that was among the things that made America great, in my opinion. And so I'm glad that there's champions out there like you.
Well, thank you,
so
Kevin.
Thank you
it was
so
my
much.
pleasure. Thank you.
You bet. All right. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. I do want to remind you, this show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. We got great content, including audio, video, articles, and so much more. While there, make sure you like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Remember, you're listening to The Price of Business on the BizTalk Radio Network.